Once you have kind of addressed your root chakra and you feel like you might be ready to move on, the next one is going to be the sacral chakra. Now, here it really is kind of aligning with just feeling like you deserve the right to exist, like you feel like you are here to experience life and that you deserve that. Having issues with the sacral chakra could be things like trouble having pleasure in life or experiencing joy. So once you have kind of established that grounding and that root connection, you might still be struggling with kind of just experiencing any kind of joy in your life, struggling with things like depression, and having issues just kind of connecting and feeling connected to others and the things around you. Issues here tend to arise when you have some type of emotional turmoil, rather in your life, or you experienced it and never really fully processed or healed from it. It also does have to do with sexual abuse or sexual trauma, things of that nature as well. And then just not being able to have any kind of creative outlet or having issues with experiencing that creativity in your life, which also kind of leads to not being able to feel that joy and that connection. It's kind of just living on autopilot and doing the things that you know need to be done, but not feeling any real connection or happiness with anything. One of the main prompts that you can use for this one is, in what ways can I be more creative or have room for creativity in my life? Now, creativity looks different for everybody. This can be painting, journaling, reading, writing, kind of just going into meditation or visualization, imagining your future, or things like hiking, connecting with nature, just anything that allows you to have some form of creativity within your life. The next one is going to be, what are 10 things that I love about myself? Now, a lot of people just tend to kind of gravitate towards physicality, like what do I love, the color of my eyes or the shape of my nose or something like that. But you can also use this to hone in on, are you creative? Are you original? Do you have original ideas and you love that about yourself? Or do you find creative solutions to problems? Or are you really good at identifying problems? Kind of find 10 things that you really love about yourself. And I challenge you not to have them all be based on physical things, but rather more introspective. Like, what do you really align with? What really aligns with you? What do you genuinely love about being you? The next one is going to be, what do I do with the people in my life and what do they do with me? Do I have healthy boundaries? Do they have healthy boundaries with me? And how can I address that? That's a huge thing here, is what are the boundaries like? Do you feel like you are being influenced by those around you, or worse, not accepted by those around you, the people that really matter, the people that count to you? Are you not experiencing any type of support from them? This is going to be really important for you to know so you can heal here. The next one here is going to be, what are my views on sex and what influenced this? Where did you learn that? Was it a conversation? Was it just society based? Kind of where did you get those views on that? Do you see some things as taboo? Do you see some things as completely okay? Is it based on religion? Where did that come from? And what are your personal views, kind of without the lens that you are supposed to think through? What is your personal view on these topics that are hard to talk about with other people? The next one's going to be, how do I bring joy into my own life? What can you do in your life that is going to bring you the most joy? Because that will be different for completely everybody. Everyone has their own list of things that really resonates with them, or maybe doesn't resonate with other people. But for yourself, it's important to know what does bring you joy, what does bring you happiness, what does make you feel that connection. The next one's going to be, what are 5 hobbies that I can explore that I might enjoy? And the reason I bring this up is, you are not going to know if you enjoy something until you experience it, unless it just really doesn't align with what you want. But if there's something that you've really been wanting to try to do, I encourage you to kind of write those things down and make a plan to start them. You might find something that completely alters your life. You might find something that is, consuming to you and you absolutely love it. But what is that for you? What is it going to be that genuinely brings you your own joy, your own passion? You need to have that outlet for creativity in your own way. So find some things that interest you and start exploring options into hobbies that you can form them into. Second to last here is going to be, what are my blocks? When I am experiencing a creative block or a passion block, what is it? Is it those things that were also affecting my root chakra? Is it just money constraints? Is it going to be fear from not being accepted from the people around you? What genuinely stops you from doing these things that are going to bring you creativity and joy and passion? Like, why are you in your own way, or what is in your way here, and how can you address those barriers? The very last one is going to be, what can I do to manifest my desires better? There's going to be some form of self-accountability here where you're going to have to ask yourself, what can I do better in my life that's going to help me manifest the life that I actually want to live? Do I want to be disconnected from things? Do I want to be this way? Or do I want to be creative and free and maybe loving or accepting or forgiving or whatever that means for you? What can you do to better manifest that into your life and potentially practice it every day in your life? I'll say one thing that's key for me is kind of just understanding where I'm at emotionally, physically, mentally, radically accepting that, and then being like, where do I want to go from here? What am I going to do with that energy? What am I going to do with those things that might actually be negative? What am I going to do about it? What am I going to do with it? So kind of sitting with those things and saying like, okay, here's where I am, here's where I want to be, how do I get there? Emotionally, how am I going to feel when I get there? That's going to be a huge one, because you have to connect to that emotionally to kind of see where you want to be and who that person is on the other end. Because what I will tell you is, it's already in you. The person that you want to be is already in here. You just have to figure out how to bring it out and how to practice it more. Just like anything else, it's a skill. So you can achieve it and you can also lose it. So what can you do to practice that every single day so you can get where you actually want to go?